Hey guys, Tbull here. Today we're checking out a game in the Kamikaze Tier 4 Premium Japanese Destroyer. One of the most dangerous ships in the game. Now I got mine as a result of winning a video making contest. It was right when the game was pretty new, and Wargaming solicited people, hey, submit videos on torpedo tips, and the viewers will vote on the video, and whoever won grand prize, Kamikaze. Well, I actually won. Can you believe it? Um, yeah, the viewers at the time voted up the video, and we got the first place prize. And here we go. So I've had this ship for free even before I was getting ships for free. All right. But nowadays, you can only get it one way. Deluxe Firepower Edition. What is this? Physical copy of the game. But when you get it, it's just a code. Sounds like a joke, right? No, what it is, and I got affiliate links in the description of this video here. You can click on those. But basically, you get this code, you get the Kamikaze, you get whatever else. I think it's Arizona, maybe Arkansas. I don't know. There's about 4 ships in there. You get premium, you get everything else. Pound for pound, the value, if you're going to spend any money in the game, if you're talking to someone who knows what they're talking about, they will always say Firepower Edition is the best bang for the buck, the best value per dollar spent, without a doubt. Okay, and then second place, I've covered this in other videos, but usually I would say the campaigns are the next best value, but nothing comes close. I mean, the Firepower Edition is the best. You get all these different premiums at different tiers. That's going to help you get off on a good foot, and they're good ships, by the way, and you get a bunch of other stuff. So that's the plug. The affiliate links, it doesn't increase the price that you pay. Just gives me a little bit of a commission. It's not going to make me eligible for retirement or anything, but it's an easy way to support the channel if you're so inclined to purchase this. Anyway, I would appreciate just going through those links. Now, the key, what you want to do is if you arrive at those links, you click on them and you say, oh, well, this isn't the region that I'm in. You got to get the game that's in the correct region. If it's, let's say you're in the UK, but the links are Americans, you can still click the link and then search for the game again on Amazon. And then if you purchase it, having arrived on the website through those links, we'll still get the commission. So again, easy way to support the channel. But keep in mind, you got to get the correct region, and you cannot get a used copy. If you get a used copy of this thing, you're in trouble. Because again, this is just a code. You plug it in, and then you get all the goodies, right? I don't even think there's actually a disc. All right. So anyway, but that's how you get the ship if you want it. If not, we can check out some good destroyer play. But you need to be aware of what the Kamikaze is, and it probably won't take you too long to figure it out, because there's enough of these out there running around that if you're playing in the mid tiers, sooner or later you're going to start to run into them, and sooner or later, especially as you're learning to play the game and you're still kind of figuring out how to vigorously jerk on your throttle knob, and you got to be changing speeds, directions, all sorts of things like that, and you got to be doing it on a daily basis to get a lot of practice. So until you get all that stuff figured out, you're probably going to get nuked by a Kamikaze, is the moral of the story. Now here we got a Dante B, which, he'll actually be dodging these. So yes, he'll demonstrate you can dodge the torps if you know what you're doing. Dante B was I think a reward ship of some sort. So it's been around. The guy's been playing for at least 6 months. I know that. So he's dodged the torp or two in his time. Gets off a nice dodge there. Is he done with the Kamikaze? No, because this thing again reloads about every 45 seconds. Concealment, 4.8. I mean, I think it might be the best concealment on any destroyer in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's certainly hard to spot. And that, again, these torps are no joke. So what's the weakness of the Kamikaze? How do you deal with it if you come across it? Well, once you get it in a gun battle, it's got 12,000, 13,000 health. It doesn't shoot very well. When I'm playing the Kamikaze, I will shoot back at you. So, I mean, it's not a free kill, and you certainly can kill enemies with the Kamikaze guns, but as far as destroyer guns go, they're among the worst in the game. So you got to push it, and certainly when you see it, you got to shoot it. The speed isn't crazy. I mean, you can see there we're going about 36 knots in the water. They're roughly full speed. So speed boost wise, we're talking about 40 knots or so. And the thing about the Kamikaze is when you're going against them is kind of by default, they're usually going to be very close to you. It doesn't have a super long range either. I think on my build, I want to say it's 7 kilometers. I don't boost the range, but even if someone is boosting the range, these aren't going to be your Shimikaze long-range torps or, you know, the Hayate or some of those ships, Summers, that can just get these torps all the way down the range. It's going to be close to you just to get the torps in the water, period. But then you add on the elite tier detectability. Players are going to be very tempted, as they should be, to get basically point-blank range. If you can get the thing spotted, and you can keep it spotted for a couple seconds, you can usually kill it. So if you see the Kamikaze, kill it. Do not let it survive. There he is. There's another Kamikaze. And we'll see him my approach here now. He's going to slam on the brakes, hit the smoke, and here's kind of a torpedo tip when we're trying to shoot destroyers who are disengaging in the smoke. How I react to that play, let's say I pop my smoke here, and I'm trying to, you know, I'm anticipating incoming torps, and I'm going to dodge them. What I'll try and do is what this guy tries to do. He slams on the brakes and begins to reverse, because most players are going to aim on the indicator, which is always going to be in front of your ship as they spot you moving forward. Or they're going to say, okay, well, here's where I last saw him. I'll just stack a bunch of torps in that position. He gone there, though, because he was trying to back up. He was thinking like I was thinking, and we countered it, right? We got plenty of experienced torping guys. We, in the mind of all these players, we play battleships, cruisers, destroyers. We know what they're going to want to do, which is why it's invaluable to play all the different classes. You can kind of say to yourself, okay, well, if I was in that ship, what would I want to do? Tough to tell if all you do is sit in the back in a battleship, or all you do is try and torp the carrier, or whatever your one-note trick is. You know, broaden your horizons. All right, so at this point in time, the game's looking pretty good. We still do need to get rid of the threats to the cap here. We would like to get all 3 caps, of course, but the Brittany, Tier 4 French, straight line, easy shot. And you've been seeing my typical spread with these Kamikaze torps. Usually 1 on the indicator and 1 slightly to the right, 1 slightly to the left. You only get 2 torps per launch, so it's not a huge wide spread. But again, if you're not anticipating movement from the guys, it's usually a very fine spread. So now we're trying to decide here. If this game was a little bit more competitive, of course, we'd want to go into sea, capture it. But we are lured by the siren song of the Kraken. Of course, we got 4 kills. We got 2 dev strikes. And, you know, I'm not anticipating the carrier and the dude in the 1 line, or the 2 line, pardon me, moving into the 1 line are really a threat to A or C. And our cruiser could certainly grab B there if he wants to. So the game's looking fine to me. So I'm just going for the glory, the wine, the women, and the song. How do we get the Kraken here? Well, a lot of players will be tempted. Oh, man, there's a carrier, there's a battleship. But look at that. We already got a dude up there. We got other guys that are going to be able to see. This isn't a huge match. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, destroyer, he got our carrier. He's going to be unspotted. He's going to be feeling good. We do have 1 battleship turning around to counter him, which is actually surprising for a lower tier game. Usually the players won't be paying that much attention, but he's trying to shut it down. Now, from a strategic standpoint, just disregarding the hunt for kills, countering this thing is probably the right way anyways, because we already have the 2 cap to 1 advantage. We got the strong side with the 2 caps. Again, capturing that 3rd base would be fine, but if he can move into C, kill a battleship, and capture C, that negates the capture of B anyways, and we're kind of abandoning these battleships who are threatened by a destroyer to their fate anyways. So I think, you know, not that this game needs a lot of strategic analysis to fully dissect it or anything, but just kind of thinking about that play, I think it's just a slightly stronger play to come over here anyways. All right, T-22, you see there he was shooting the battleship, and then he's like, okay, we got problems, we drop the smoke. We, of course, got the torps. It's looking good. I'm expecting a 2nd dev strike of a destroyer, 3rd dev strike of the game here. But there he is, and he's going to have a hard time dodging these, but he will get away from it. But again, this is a destroyer v destroyer fight. We got great support. I mean, it's right next to us. It's a battleship shooting, so he's in trouble inherently. But T-22 1v1 could kick the crap out of this thing, right? He had just as much health as we did when it started, and he's got much better firepower. Again, he's going to lose because it's a 2v1 situation anyways, but he never shoots me, and by the time he gets his guns going again, he shoots the battleship, which I guarantee you he will not kill. So Destroyers, when you got a destroyer trying to kill you with his guns, you need to respond, all right? You're losing these fights by not shooting, all right? Torping destroyers, you can see, yes, I tried to torp him. We're not going to not try and torp him, but that is not a reliable strategy. And maybe he never even saw me. It's entirely conceivable he was zoomed in on this battleship the whole time. His attention certainly was focused on him. And he damn well almost sunk him with the torps there. So, I mean, props to him for that. But again, not that the odds were looking good for him, but he could have killed me, disengaged behind the islands, ambushed the dude with torps. I mean, there were conceivable paths for that dude to do better, but again, we'll cut him some slack. He's undoubtedly still learning the game or trying to just enjoy it on a different level than thinking about it too deep. So anyway, getting back to the Kamikaze and Co. Firepower Edition, Deluxe Firepower Edition. Go ahead and check it out. I think it's worth your... I don't normally recommend buying stuff for this game, but that's one thing I would actually recommend. So that's going to do it for you guys. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, link below. Love to hear from you, and we'll see you later. Hard peace.